Hey, so in this video I'll be doing a Easter egg references for Season 4, Episode 8 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There wasn't a lot of there wasn't a lot of stuff that said or been done in this episode that are considered Easter eggs or references, I guess, but I found some things that I didn't talk about in previous episodes, but there are some that I did talk about, but in different ways, I guess. Uh, the first one was really Coulson's death. Like he's mentioned it before, but the way that he phrased it was really weird this time to me, because Eli says, "I thought you were dead," and he says, "I hear that a lot," uh, but I don't I can't recall anyone ever saying that I thought you were dead, and except once, that was Lady Sif. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s writers love to listen to their fans and write into their show, like ways that they're showing their fans that they are listening, they are doing, but they're still doing what they are the, they're still doing their story the way they want to tell it, which they've done it with characters of characters of when Fitz had hallucination imaginary Simmons with him, there were lines said that were directly referencing what the fans were thinking and were trying to tell the writers about, but they were basically saying that we're going to be telling our own story the way we tell it, which maybe that's possible because there are a lot of people out in the world that think keep commenting on YouTube videos and Twitter saying, "I thought you were dead." For some reason, people do not realize Age of Shield takes place after the events of Age of Avengers. So, and there's a lot of people that think he's dead because he hasn't shown up back in the movies. So it's possible that they were doing that. Then we have, at the very end of the episode, when the gang is all in the living room hanging out and watching the news or whatever. I'm positive these pictures were not there in previous seasons. They have to be referencing uh, Jeffrey Mace's good, wholesome Captain America vibe that he shows off, because there was no way that there was a picture of the Mount Rushmore or the American flag in that room before. At no point in that, but I could be wrong. So comment down below if you've ever seen those Mount Rushmore or American flag in that room before. But the obvious thing was Jeffrey Mace actually finally gets his Patriot costume, which in previous episodes or previous videos I've mentioned I'm positive they would never get the original costume, which I'm glad they didn't. They did not wink and nod to it, because in his costume in the comics he does have a glove gauntlets thing that has stars on it, which he does have it stars on his wrists on his costume. He has the star on the eagle of Shield, like he does from the comics, but it's not a Shield logo in the comics. It's just a plain eagle, and it's bright red and blue to be more Captain America like. But in the show, they dialed it down, like they always dial it down, so it's real world, feels more like a spy organization, because you can't have bright colors when you have a spy organization. So they hinted at they had a bit of blue, a bit of red in his costume, just like Daisy has. In some of her variation, she has a bit of yellow in her costume. So they put little outlines of yellow in her costume. So they did the same thing with Jeffrey Mace's Patriot costume with red and blue. And then talking about Daisy, it's pretty much an like obvious reference was director Daisy, which like she is uh in the comics a director, and I don't think they're gonna go that way anytime soon, because I don't think she's the right like at this state. I don't think she's the right person to be Shield, like the director of Shield. So probably in like future seasons, if we do get future seasons, I could possibly see that. But right now, there's no possible way that she's ever going to be a director. Uh, and then another obvious one was does anyone remember Ultron? Which everyone should, because it was a giant robot trying to destroy the planet. But he Jeffrey Mace does have a point, but he also people also forget that what's called uh, Jarvis and Vision are also androids that are actually good people. People are always saying that, oh, it's just the Mind Stone, but no, not real. I don't think it would be really the Mind Stone. So I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe it's the Mind Stone that he turned good, but still, he is a. There are good androids, and Ada is a good android. She's just doing bad things. Uh, but I'll talk about that later. And yeah, so that's really for Easter eggs and references, other than like the name drop of the Koenig uh, twins, triplets, whatever you want to call them now. Like, we don't know how many there are really, but they name dropped him, saying that wish they could be here. Like, it's nice that they're actually referencing him, because last season they didn't, and he's the actor Patton Oswalt didn't have the best hasn't had the best time lately. So it's nice that they actually acknowledge that he's still there, and like basically a sad like moment, I guess, kinda. But and yeah, and then I don't know if this was intentional or not, but because it is a known like thing to be called, it's called Trump. They said they name dropped Trump's card. I don't know if that was basically uh actually talking about Donald Trump, because of all the election stuff and all that kind of stuff that was happening. It's possible that they just name dropped Donald Trump at that point, but not intentionally. But yeah, uh, and I do like that Agents of Shield loves to like use twists and turns and use different phrases and stuff like that and names. Uh, I didn't even know that this was a real thing. Was uh, they were dealing with the Demon Core, and actually it is a real thing. I thought it was gonna be just a thing that they popped out for Agents of Shield or slash the Marvel comics, because Demon Core doesn't sound real to me. So I actually looked it up, and actually is a real thing. Which it's funny that they use the Demon Core for the demons, supernatural ghosts, and stuff, and Darkhold stuff in the season for that. And they also do like a little thing with their Eli and Theo's name. I looked it up, and actually, just like I think Gabe's name actually meant angel, but Eli and Theo actually mean God, in which that's what his goal was, pretty much. Basically, he's becoming a god in this episode, which that's what Theo's Eli and Theo's name mean. So it's nice that they're doing that. Uh, yeah, that's all for. Oh, and this is basically straight out of the comics. I don't think I've ever talked about it before. But the way that Yo-Yo's powers are displayed, how she runs and you see like basically a copy of herself in that frame at that time that she was running, which is basically straight out of the comics. Like that's how like it's displayed in the comics. Is every single second of her running that's how it's displayed, which is cool to be like that. And it's possible. Don't know if it was intentional, but when Yo-Yo comes out of the fire, only one of her arms are caught on fire. Like only one of her arms are like caught on fire, which it's possible they basically are hinting at Yo-Yo's robotic arms, uh, because they've done it before. When we first met Yo-Yo, she got shot and she had a like one of those braces, uh, like braces around her arm. In the when we first met her, it's possible that they were reference like basically not like nodding at that she might be getting her robotic arm soon. Maybe don't know when, but she could. Yeah. And for predictions, I don't know really. For it's going to be all about LMDs, and I'm assuming it's going to be like a version of the secret invasions. Like I tweeted about that and Instagrammed it about. Is it possible that they're doing a version of that? Because since they don't have all the rights to scrolls, they could basically replace scrolls with LMDs. Because as far as I understand from the comics, scrolls were really big influences on the Secret Warriors comics, and this is what the Secret Warrior comics is what is heavily based around this show. So it's possible they're taking elements to that and replacing it with the LMDs, and so they're going to like start replacing the agents and stuff like that, but in a nicer way, because in what the LMDs are designed for are supposed to be shielding the shielding the shield agents from harm's way and keeping them safe and all that kind of stuff. So Ada is not really a bad person. She's just encrypted in a way from the Darkhold. The Darkhold's the evil thing. Ada's the good thing that's keeping May safe and all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming like maybe Fitz will probably be the next one to go. I don't know if they can duplicate powers or not. So I would assume Yo-Yo, Daisy, and Mace are all going to be safe, and they're going to have to fight the LMDs. But Fitz and then Simmons will probably go, and then yeah, then there will be a big battle between them because they will figure out one sooner or later that they're all on LMDs. But I'm assuming they can't copy powers, so Daisy, Yo-Yo, and Mace are all going to be safe by the end of this season, this arc. So comment down below if I missed any Easter egg or reference, and what do you think are going to happen in the next few episodes of this LMD arc. See ya.